hello, 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 hello. We're here. We're here. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I am so excited today. I can't wait to get into our topic. I am so excited today. I'm excited every day. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. I have a couple things to talk to y'all about before I get started. Hello, Mom. Hello, hello. I am very excited about our topic. The topic today is on execution. This is on execution, guys. That's our topic. This is very important. I'm very excited to start. Some things I do want to talk to y'all about before I get started, though. What's up, Drea? We got Instagram rolling. What's up, Drea? Cousin is back. The Instagram ambassador is in the building. She is back. I miss you. I miss y'all. I miss y'all. We was here yesterday. We had a very, very good time yesterday. I got some things I do want to talk to y'all about before I get started. But we are talking about execution today. Today, we are talking about execution. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We are talking about execution today. I do want to make a couple quick points, though. I do want to kind of like really get right to it. That's kind of my style. I like to kind of jump right in to let y'all know where I'm going with it. But then I have some little things to talk to y'all about as well. All right, y'all. Let me just say this. We always talk about goals and what it is that we want, right? All of us. That's important. Even more important than acquiring information and then our goals, even more important is the execution. This is not easy. And a part of the execution is knowing yourself. So I want to get us geared toward understanding ourselves and knowing ourselves. But first, let me talk to y'all for a second about some things, because I've been getting a lot of little messages from y'all. Drea said, I miss y'all too. You were at my niece's graduation. Oh, we were at my niece's graduation when you came on. Oh, okay. All right, y'all, to effectively execute, the number one thing you have to do is know exactly who you are, how you are. If you are not a morning person, for example, it is my advice never to set yourself up for failure, to agree to anything in the morning. Are we on the same page? Do we understand where I'm trying to go with this? Yes. So my mom said it's so rewarding to finish what you start. It validates all your hard work. This is something that my mom has talked to me about. I just can't remember the time where she has not said this. And the thing I like about that advice is that if you are a person, listen, it is so easy to start, guys. I mean, oh my God, races are filled with so many people beginning. Even Cam Biz, welcome back, Cam Biz. Thank you, Cam Biz. Thanks for being here. Cam Biz is like one of the original YouTube viewers on the page. So I'm always gonna love and respect King Biz for being here. What's up, Angela? I see you on Facebook. What's going on? Shout out to my cousin Angela. All right, y'all, look. Real quick, Drea said, I'm not a morning person, but I schedule doctor's appointments during the late morning, 10 a.m. or after. There you go. Knowing yourself. You're like, you know what? I ain't no 8 a.m. person. That ain't me. This ain't that. That's how you allow yourself to execute more effectively. Knowing what environment you thrive the most in, knowing what you're capable of doing. So here's the thing, guys. When we set out to achieve things, right? Like, you know what? So we map out goals. We map out goals, fitness goals, financial goals, personal goals, right? We map out all these goals. Then you wake up the next morning. You want to set yourself up to execute and it not be like nothing in your way. It's already hard enough. Execution is the hardest part of the task. It's the hardest part. It really is. Drea said never on Monday though. Dang, Drea. You know what? I gotta do this once a week. Before I start going so deep into this, I just want to say a couple things. So I've been seeing all of y'all little y'all been telling me different topics y'all want me to go over. I've been seeing all of them. Here's the thing. I do want to talk to y'all about real estate. Somebody said, talk to us about some real estate. I do want to talk to y'all about real estate. If enough people want to talk about the real estate here in Philadelphia, I will talk about that. So just let me know if that's something that y'all want me to go over. I just made a post about this recently on my story. Lamira, hey, I called you today. Your phone was going straight to voicemail. I'm never running for political office, guys. I just don't want to. You did your own piercing. Where? In your ear? Yeah, so rainy days are very hard. So I'm going to talk about execution in a second. I just want to get to a couple things. Listen, I love business. I love hearing all the business ideas that y'all have. I want to be very clear that I am very focused on teaching at this point in my life, and I'm always real estate and therapy, and coming on here and streaming with y'all. That's my primary focus. All right, y'all. Are we? So you know. I appreciate all the suggestions, the business. If you want my opinion on anything, I'm very open to give it to you. But as far as keep sticking to it, that's what I'm focused on. That's it, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. What's up, Tedra? Tedra is in the building. Happy birthday, Seti. Drea said politicians are shady that you've never been. Yeah, here's the thing. It's not about that. You know what? I just don't want people thinking I'm doing everything I do for the people is for the people. It's from the kindness of my heart. It is not, it's for my calling from God. It is not to carry out any agenda. I need the freedom to do as I please. I can't be controlled by anything, right? That's it. That's just what I want for my life. I'm sorry. I have the power to choose that. That's what I want for my life. All right, y'all. So don't push me toward political offices. All right. Let me just talk to y'all. I love streaming. I love doing what I do. Let me just do that. Cedra. All right, y'all. Come on. We gotta get to our topic. So we are talking about execution today. Listen, y'all, it is a rewarding thing to set out a goal and get it. I don't know nothing more rewarding than that. My mom said, happy birthday, Cedric. Hey, Tedra. Hey, Drea. So listen, y'all. I want to help y'all. I want to help y'all achieve execution as smoothly as possible. The number one thing that has to happen with everybody is we have to write down what it is that we want to do, right? So you pick the goal. Let's come up with a new goal. Can anybody give me a goal? If y'all don't give me a goal, I'll make one. Tell me a goal. My mom says, stay with the rivers and lakes that you're used to. Drea said, hey, Aunt Nisi. Give me one goal. Okay. I'll say a goal. I want to save $1,000. Can we just say that's the goal? And I want to lose 15 pounds. Can that be our goal? That's goals that we do, right? Then we have to come back to right now and say, what do we have to do every day to get this $1,000 and to lose this 15 pounds? Okay. The execution part is going to come in with knowing yourself, knowing how much you're capable of making right now, how much you can save, and how long it's going to take you to save that £1,000. If you are somebody who is making $80 a day, how much can you realistically save from that? Think about it. I don't know. Everybody's different. All right. My mom said right now she's trying to lose 20 pounds. She looks great. I don't know why she won't be so thin. But all right. Then you have to think about what can you do as far as like eating wise, physical fitness. What can you really do realistically every day? You gotta be real with yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you a secret. When you wake up the next morning after you plan out the goal and it's downtime for the number one part of the project, which is execution, when it's time for that, it is the hardest thing in the world. I'm trying to tell you. Why do you think everybody talks about so many things, but it's so hard to get done? It's the execution part that people are not able to get done. It's just so hard. All right, so Tedra said, I'll be sure to send all the birthday wishes. He's flying right now. And Tedra said, to be better than the person I was the day before is my everyday goal. Love it. Drea said, yes, I love those goals. Okay, so let's. And Tedra, I want to push you a little bit further. Being better than you were before, I want you to really outline it almost mathematically, almost to a science. So when you say better, what exactly does that look like? What exactly are you being better at? And we talk about several different categories, right? We talk about faith, spirituality. We talk about our fitness, our family, our personal life, romantically. There's so many areas that we can be better in. So you want to say something like, I want to respond less aggressively when people trigger me. Something like that. Like give yourself something to work on that's tangible. I want to save more money. I want to be more responsible. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to be more attentive to my significant other, whatever it is. Tedra said, just start. Procrastination. So yeah, procrastination is the enemy of anything you want done. As you start advancing in life, you realize quick execution is going to be your friend. You can miss out on so much by not quickly executing, but I'm going to get to that later on in the live, talking about quick execution. Right now, I just want to talk about execution at your own pace, as smooth and as however much you need to give or take for yourself. I want you to give yourself the most grace possible, and I just want it done. All right. So let's go back to our two goals. We want to save $1,000 and we want to lose 15 pounds. Right. So My particular strategy is this. I outline a goal, and y'all should know me by now. I do a lot of research. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's what sets me apart from everybody I know is the amount of research. So y'all have all the research, you have all the information right available to you. I didn't have that when I was going through college, when I was growing up. I didn't have this much information available. So the second part of your agenda has to be, so you want to set the goal first. Then you want to do research on the goal, which is super easy because of all the information right at your fingertips. And after you do the information and get the most information available about what you're trying to do. So, for example, if you're trying to lose 15 pounds, I think you should look up how much calorie ask ChatGPT how much you should take in calorie wise. Like it can break down exactly what you need to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't even need a personal nutritionist anymore. ChatGPT has canceled out nutritionists. You don't even need that anymore. People have went to school. My sister has a degree in nutrition. Like ChatGPT can tell you an outline of what to eat in seconds. Mom, can you cut it out? I don't know if my mom be trolling or not. All right, Tetra said, I have a list and I try to cross at least one thing off on a bi-weekly basis. Now, that may seem like a lot of time to cross one thing off, but it's the pace that works best for me. For example, I just crossed off my FAFSA for the next school term. I was pushing it off for so long. Good job. Good job. I like that. I like that. So my mom said you have to be consistent every day with sticking to your goal regimen. Absolutely no cheats. It takes discipline. I'm doing everything, but I still can't lose weight. I'm thinking about Ozempic. Are you trolling? Could you possibly be trolling? Tony, get out of my live. Tony, get out. Tony, get out. All right, y'all. So here's the thing. Tony's my brother, y'all. Don't pay me no mind. All right, y'all. So let's go back. So now we're going to get the information. So we started off with our goal. Now we're going to get as much information as possible, right? And then now it's the last part. We're going to understand ourselves so well and know what it takes for us. Looking at yourself in the mirror, knowing yourself, what it takes. Drea said, hey, yo, she better be trolling. Lose weight where? She like to be like, I'm talking about bone thin. She like to be like 115 pounds or something. My mom says she can stay disciplined during the week, but the weekend she gets weak. All right, so good. You know yourself. I like it. All right, y'all. So here we go. Why are you on my page? Yeah, leave it. All right, y'all. So let me just keep going. So you get the information, you know yourself. Now it's time for the execution. Do not start executing until you do the process I just said. There's too many people on spinning wheels. They are working hard. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Working hard does not get you the reward. You have to do all the work I'm saying. You have to have the most information. You have to know yourself. You have to have all this in combination. Just working hard ain't gonna do it. Don't just get up and start moving. Don't do that. If you want to achieve goals, know yourself. Just know yourself. This is gonna be very important. Yes, Tedra. Tedra said, gotta work backwards. There you go. So, okay, now we're at the execution. Here's what I want to say. Yo, what? My mom talking about she killed my dog, yo. Tony said, get your mother. Poor Solomon. Here we go. Y'all, please stay tuned for the videos on Solomon. We will be talking about that soon. It's my mom's dog, who Tony says that I killed, gave chocolate, and he died. I'm telling y'all I didn't do it. Tony's saying I did do it. We're going to take lie detector tests at the end of this whole back and forth debacle. I am telling the truth. Tony thinks he's telling the truth. It's my theory that we're both going to pass the lie detector test. So I don't know what my mom's going to do. She wants the truth after almost 30 years. Like, come on. Drea said, oh my God, not the dog again. Tony on here trolling. That's why I didn't want him in here. My mom said, I need to do some toning. When you get older, things start going south. All right, Mom, you've been doing Tai Chi. You've been looking back. You've been looking good. You've been looking good. All right, y'all, let me get back to the execution. Thank you, Drea. I got somebody on my side. Drea said, I think Tony did it. Me too. For real, for real. I think so, Drea. I think you might be right. I think he really did do it. I think so. I think Tony killed my mom's dog, y'all. But stay tuned. We're gonna do lie detector test to see what the real deal, what really happened. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We surely will. All right, y'all. Let me get back to execution. This is important because I want the things done. I like what Tedra said though. Knowing yourself, she knows that it's going to take, maybe more time, but being realistic with that. It's better to get it done and it take time than to never get nothing done at all. Do y'all hear me? It's better to take time and it might take you longer, but it's still things getting done. Mom, can you stop? Tony and my mom is getting kicked out. She talking about she need a BBL. Can you stop her, Drea? You the Instagram ambassador. Yes, Daytwan was born. Drea said, oh, was Daytwan born yet? Maybe he did it. I think Tony did it, Drea. I think you was right the first time. Drea said, all she know is Key didn't do it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's a smart woman. That is a smart woman right there. That's all I know, too. All I know is I didn't do it. That's all I know. Hey, Drea, Tony got dead serious with me and was like, you really don't remember when you gave the dog chocolate? He's trolling me. He's just trying to brainwash me with his job getting in my head. Tony said, Drea, no, don't let her convince you. You tried to convince me I did something I did not do. So what? Anyway, we're talking about execution. We're talking about execution. We can talk about Solomon at the end. We are talking about execution right now. The City Money Man, thank you for the love. Tedra, this is not funny. Tedra, we be on here tripping. This is not funny. You had Solomon before you got Daytwan, but he was put down after Daytwan was born. Because he bit Daytwan, that's why he got put down. Daytwan's traumatized. Daytwan said you just came home one day and didn't have the dog. It's a really sad thing that happened. And Tony's been making you believe that I did this to the dog. How crazy is that? I can't wait to pass my lie detector test. Tedra said, not the chocolate. Yeah, so real quick recap, then I'm going to get back to execution. I don't lose my place. I know what plane I'm trying to land here. But real quick, Solomon was my mom's chocolate brown Cocker Spaniel. Okay. She got this dog because Oprah had the chocolate brown Cocker Spaniel. She liked the whole thing. She got the dog. Boom. Tony talking about, and the lie detector test determined that was a lie. Okay. Anyway, she got this dog. Beautiful dog. Dog had a little anger problems, but he was real smart. Real smart. Daytwan was born after she got the dog. So now Daytwan is here. Daytwan's in the bassinet crying. The dog rocked the bassinet. The dog literally helps my mom with the dog, like with Daytwan. Like the dog was amazing. Some years go by. Now Daytwan is a little older. Tony says she guilty, Tedra. Don't. You heard what Drea said. Drea been listening to your antics for some time now, for like a month now. She knows. She knows. So anyway, y'all, the dog winds up going crazy. bites everybody, and they put him down. Right? Then Tony tells my mom, oh, the dog went crazy because Marquita gave the dog chocolate and the dog went crazy. That's what he said. And then every time he tells the story, he adds another detail. First, it was, I seen you looking up the information on the chocolate and what it does to animals. And that's how I know. The internet wasn't even developed like that back then, y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. This is something that's funny to him. I'm telling y'all, he thinks it's funny. Talk about execution. Drea said Tony executed the dog. Yo, I love the Instagram ambassador, bro. I'm being understood over here. See, y'all, I'm glad to have some support because, and Mass believes me too. I got Mass support too because my mom and Tony are together on this. My mom believes Tony. Oh, I like it. We're going back to our thing. I like it. My mom said, don't get overwhelmed by your goals. Try every day to do little steps towards your goals. My mom said he was the smartest dog. He really was a very smart dog. I don't think I've met a dog as smart as that dog since that dog. The dog was very smart. Tetra says she really over there crying, laughing faces. Tetra, it's crazy. It's insane. It's insane over here. It really is. But we're gonna give our own personal accounts of the dog, what everybody remembers, and then at the end of it, I'm thinking about maybe like end of summer, we're getting a real lie detector test done, y'all. My mom gonna tell me she got a lie detector test in the basement. Like, y'all kidding me? We're getting somebody who can stand in court, like who, a real lie detector test person to do the lie detector test. Like, come on, y'all not setting me up like that. In your basement, no. Come on now. All right, y'all. So getting back to execution, wherever you are, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are feeling good, please share the video. Let's get back. I got some stuff to talk to y'all about. So in executing, right? Be honest with yourself. So let me get back to my goal of saving $1,000. That's the goal. Tetra said, I would love to be a fly on the wall. Oh, we're gonna do the videos. We're gonna stream live. The lie detector test is going to be streamed live. There's nowhere to hide or run. It's going to be live. Okay. So we're going to give our accounts of what happened. My mom is going to talk about what she experienced. Tony's going to talk about what he experienced. Tony's going to change his story about 15 times. So I can't wait for him to talk about what happened. I think Mass may have some points. Whoever knew the dog and wants to say some points, let me know. Y'all can do that too. But the lie detector test will absolutely be streamed live. It will. E, what's up? I see you, E. So that's what we're doing, y'all. All right, y'all. So let me get back to execution. So when you are executing, we already outlined, you have to get the most information. You have to know yourself, what you are capable of doing. Be realistic. What's up, Tima? What's up, Fatima? So if you know, okay, you know what? Based off of my income, I bring in $80 a day. I could probably only save $20 a day. Cool. It's all good. If you can save $20 a day, we good. Tony said he experienced trauma. Okay. So say you can save $20 a day after you pay all your expenses. Boom. After 5 days, you should have $100, right? So that looks like 10 weeks, you'll have the 1,000, right? Cool. Make it something attainable. Make it something that you can really do. Now, if you are somebody who's like, I kind of make a couple more dollars than that. I think I can give up $100 a day. So after 10 days, you'll have your $1,000. It has to be realistic. It can't just be something that you want to do, but it's not attainable, y'all, for real. When it comes to losing 15 pounds, this is no game. You have to look at exactly what you do on a daily basis, what you are willing to do as far as physical fitness, and what you are willing to eat and how you're willing to eat realistically. Because when you wake up the next day and it is time to execute, the worst thing you can do is set yourself up for something that is not you. When I was in college, the best way I could learn was I'm talking about 100% quiet. I didn't do the whole group learning and, oh, let's meet up and study together and all that. That wasn't my thing. But you had to know you, right? Some people like that. They get the ideas from other people. They get to give them ideas. Everybody comes up with different strategies of retaining information. It works for some people. Knowing yourself is the biggest thing you can do in executing, okay? Hey, Tony, Drea said making up them stories would be traumatizing. Your head probably hurt. Exactly. Drea, every time it's something different. He like, it was a black couch. It was a black, like how you got so many details so 30 years ago? I don't get it. I'm so, yeah. every time he tell a story, he adds a new detail. Am I lying though, Mom? Every time he tell a story, doesn't he add a brand new detail? He really does. All right, y'all. Now, we are going to talk about execution in terms of consistency, in terms of a little bit every day, how way more effective that is. Listen, y'all, I'm going to give y'all a secret. There are so many books that have been written throughout history. Drea, Tony laughing at you, Drea. He put a bunch of LOLs. There's so many books that have been written throughout history. Pick one that interests you the most. Now he influences my nephew. This is not right. You're influencing my nephew the wrong way. Talking about Elle said y'all lying. Like, see? His aunt is the most trustworthy person on the face of this earth. See how you tainting my nephew? Langston, I'm going to pass the lie detector test, honey. I'm sorry. I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass, honey. I'm going to be vindicated. Drea said, I need a clean environment to focus. Yes. Y'all, everybody that can hear my voice, listen, if you're in an environment that is not clear and is not clean and is not organized, it's going to limit your creativity. It's going to limit everything about you. You're going to feel, oh my God, stifled every time you get up. It's so overwhelming to get things done, to keep your mind focused on what it needs to focus on when it's stuff. Because listen, y'all, we are responding to everything around us. We can't work well in clutter mentally. Okay, Tetra said, me too. It's really a thing. All right, y'all. All right, let me get to what we talked about a little earlier in the live. And that is so Tetra did mention this, but making a list. So let me just tell y'all something. When everything you have to do is running through your head, that's a bad thing. It's going to drive you crazy. Something magical happens when you write it on the paper. Everything you need to do, write it on the paper. For some reason, it just magically, immediately does not feel as bad when it's on the paper. Okay, so we're going to write everything we need to do. Tomorrow, a week from now, month from now, year from now. Write everything important to us down in every category of our lives, okay? And then we need to look at what needs to be done today to get to those goals and what we can do realistically. Then we make another list of what we're going to do like tomorrow. So what I do is every day I make my list for tomorrow. Execute at your pace. Just execute. Just execute, y'all. Get in the habit of executing. It's the reward that comes with it. We don't want to leave a bunch of tasks undone. You don't reap the reward that way. Drea said, don't be putting Langston in this. Drea said, I tell my son to write it down all the time. This is very important. This is very important. Let me tell you something. When you wake up, every time you wake up, it is so hard to focus on what it is to do. You wake up like, who am I? Where am I at? Where am I going? You're feeling all the way different when you wake up versus the day before. So when you wake up and you look at your agenda for the day, it's the best. I'm telling y'all, it's the best thing in the world. You have direction. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to call so and so. I'm supposed to send this email. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to. And those things is what gets you to your goals. Pushing them, never writing a list, pushing everything off. Oh my God. You're probably missing out on so many opportunities, so much elevation. It's not even funny. Consistency gets you far. Always have a direction for your money. Don't just make money, y'all. Have a direction for your money. I don't care how small. Figure out what you can save on a daily, weekly, monthly basis and do it. And then when you get to a certain number, whatever it is, I did a lot before where I forget, it's like a staggering amount of Americans don't even have $450. So please, even if you just save enough to have that gives you security so you can just live life feeling okay. If a bill pops up or if you spend your money from work or you just have some extra money, it allows you the room to feel better. To even feel, you don't even have room if you in survival mode emotionally or financially. You got to get out of financial and emotional survival. There's no way to be strategic if you are in emotional survival or financial survival. Okay. Tedra said, I can't do every day. My days never go as planned. That's why I stick to bi-weekly. Okay. Listen, if we have to execute that way, that's just what has to happen. At least there's an execution happening. I'll take that over nothing happening every day. Niece, what's going on Instagram? Welcome to the chat. Welcome in. My mom said, no matter what the day brings, you have to always make time towards your goals. This is very true, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. My mom said, money is fleeting. Having goals for your money. Have goals for your money. This is true, y'all. Listen, y'all. The money gonna be going anyway. Like if you don't plan it out, it's gonna leave anyway. Why not have something? Even a little something. Just a little something. So Tetra said, just a suggestion, the envelope challenge is amazing. If you, someone like me who prefers money out of sight, if it's in my bank account, it'd be calling my name. I put my savings in the book. Every Friday, I add $100 for the past 2 years. Oh, I love it. See, knowing yourself. I love that. See how what you just explained? You just explained yourself. So that is the formula, y'all, to execution, right? It's setting the goal, knowing yourself, gaining as much information as possible on whatever it is that you want to do, and then make a plan for each day, and then executing, y'all. That's the formula. Listen, y'all. Don't start executing until you do those steps. Because there are people that are just getting up, moving every day, just working everything. There's no goals. I got to give y'all my analogy again. If y'all heard it before, bear with me. But there is to me, I feel like my mom said, great idea, Tedra. I feel like if we look at everybody as in water. Mugga, what's up, Mugga? So we are talking about execution today. If you are just getting in here, we are talking about execution. And I want y'all to understand that formula is going to be very important. So we can't let, and I'm going to get to my analogy, I have to say it. We can't let other people tell us how we should execute. Did y'all hear the formula? You have to know you. Other people can't tell you what to do with you. No, don't let it happen. You have to set those things. I know myself. I know how much I can save. I know what I'm most capable of at what time of the day. Yeah, I know late night is not for me. I know early morning is perfect for me. Those sort of things. No one else should be doing this job for you. Remember, everything I tell you to do on here is all about this self. We focus on ourselves on this page, nothing else. That's where all of your reward is going to come from. And it is my prayer that when you start to see the benefit come from all the work here, that you get obsessed with it. And you just keep finding new goals to fix on for yourself. It makes you less concerned about what other people are talking about, doing, what they got. You become so unbothered and unconcerned about it because you know it has nothing to do with you. You know you. Especially if you're doing all the exercises I tell y'all to do, you're gonna know you so well. You almost laugh when people tell you about you. It's not even a thing. They should be focusing. You realize very well how lost they are because they should be focused on themselves. That's where their reward is. Focusing on you, they'll never get a reward from that. Tedra put a bunch of exclamation points. Love it. That means you're feeling it. And Tedra said, I can't stand when someone tries to tell me about me. No one knows me like me. That's right. Talk it, Tedra. Love it. Drea said, I know that's right. I can't stand that either. They should never do that. They should never do that. That's not even something I do with young people. Like my niece and nephew and all. I try to I want them to be them. They're a little bossy. My niece and nephew are a little bossy. I don't think I can tell them anyway. But I like them to be themselves and not put them in boxes and so we have to learn these approaches with the young people. But all right, y'all, let me get to my analogy. If y'all heard it before, bear with me. My analogy is this. Look at everybody as if they're in water. We're all in water. Just think about it with me for a second. You got some people who are in yachts. They riding by. They going where they gotta go, getting where they gotta get to. You got some people that surviving, but they in life rafts. They just kind of like floating around. Sometimes they might hop on other people's little boats. They might hop on the back of jet skis. They might hop, You got some people that's straight drowning. You got some people that's drowning. You got some people in nice sized boats. They kind of getting things done. When you see a boat that is well executed, that is functioning well, they have a great conductor, they have the right staff. Y'all know a big boat needs a staff, right? A good staff, right? They have a great staff, great personalities. Nobody's doing what? Poking holes in that boat. Nobody's doing that on that boat. That's why that boat is able to thrive and be so huge and big and beautiful. And it's getting from one place to the next constantly. It's constantly executing. If we look at everything as in water, y'all would be very careful about who you put on your boat, how well you execute. You put the wrong people in your boat, you might be in the water. Y'all might be switching places. They might poke holes everybody in the water. This is what happens. John said, you're going to sink that boat. What? Yeah. So, we want to make sure when we are executing that We are not living any type of life that is not our own or taking advice from people about us. They can give advice, that's cool. But when it comes to us and our execution of it, maybe even suggestions and things like that, okay, that'll work. They can't tell you about you though. Only you know about you. Tedra said, and don't even be taking their own advice. That's the part that kills me. The best way for listen, y'all, if you ever want people to listen to you, the best thing to do is not talk to them. It's just to do. To do what it is that you're talking about. That's the best thing to do. That speaks a lot more to people. What you do, who you are, what you embody, your energy. That speaks to people way more than telling someone and then, like Tetra said, like, you're not doing it. I'd rather not say nothing and just live it. Live it. Live the life I would love to see from other people. All right, y'all. Let me land some more planes with this execution thing. Let me do some more things before we get out of here. The time is going down. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Real quick, where are we at in terms of execution on a scale of 1 through 10? 1, we are not good at this. We do not execute. We have all the goals in the world. We talk about what we want to do, but when it comes to execution, we are not good at it. That's 1. 10, we are great. We achieve everything. We achieve it at a rapid rate. We know ourselves. We get everything in life that we want. Where are we? Talk to me, y'all. Where we at on the scale? My mom said, be careful who you share your goals with. They may mean well, but may inflict their fears onto you. Woo! This is big, y'all. Can I talk to y'all for a second? Come on, answer the scale, y'all. Hit me with some numbers. Where we at on the scale? What's up, Bigo? What's up, Kenny? Hit me with some numbers, y'all. Where we at on the scale? 1 through 10. 1 being we talk about it, we do not execute. 10 being we get everything we want out of life. Where are we at on the scale? Where are we at, y'all? Tedra said, this is why I think it's so important to stop telling everyone your plans. People act like they be happy for you, but really be a distraction. And then Tedra said, yes, Auntie. I just said that. Yep. It's true, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. The plan that you have that no one can see the vision for is normally the one that's going to make you the most successful. I'm going to repeat that again. The plan that no one can see the vision for is normally the plan that will make you the most successful. So when you are telling people, I'm going to start a video game streaming company. So, I don't know, something that people are like, what? You're not going to go to college? You're going to do this and that? It's just like too crazy for them to see, right? And that will be the thing, because I'm telling you right now, everything. So my mom said her number is an 8. Let me hear your numbers over there. And she said, exactly, niece. Tedra says she is a 7. Always room for improvement. Tedra, that's exactly what I say on these scales, is that no one should be saying a 10 because we all should have room for improvement. Drea said execution is 6, 7. 6, 7. It's like, no, all right, let me stop with the kids. I know myself and know that I'm a procrastinator. Okay. So here's the thing, y'all. The best idea that you have, okay, I see another 7. The best idea that you have, right? People are not going to see it. They're just not. Great ideas are not something that everybody sees the vision for. If it was just something everybody could see, it wouldn't be so great. So guess what people are going to say? I don't know about that. Yeah, because see, then you got to go there, then you got to go. Yeah, and then you got to go through the city, then you got to spend all that money. Yeah. They're going to be like that. Tetra, what are you laughing at? Tetra is cracking up over there. Tetra said, preach. So I just want to say, if you feel something strong and you really want to follow it, maybe get some advice from somebody that you may really respect, but don't let that stop you. Do not let that stop you. Remember my words. The plan that no one can see the vision of will be your best plan, will be the thing that's going to take you as far as possible. I can tell y'all right now, I tell you all the time, I'm doing business my entire life. Every idea I had that was like everybody was like, oh yeah, that's it right there. If everybody told me that was it, it wasn't it. That's a telltale sign you should not be doing that business. This is, if everybody is saying that's it, that's a telltale sign that it ain't it. I don't know if nobody has told you that, but take it from me. Every time I have went against the grain and did something that everybody told me not to do, except the restaurant business, that was I should have listened. I should have listened. But other things that I went against the grain with, it did well. So yeah, don't tell people your goals, and because they're not for it. I mean, I remember somebody that you admire just saying one thing, like just saying like that, just being a response, something so simple, not even a word, and that can deter you. That one little can deter you. Drea said, and some people don't even know they're hating. People tend to project their bad experiences on other people. This is very true. And Tetra said, right, cousin. My mom said, other people's opinions or of your ideas may be distracting. You need to stay focused. This is very true. This is the place we come to learn and grow. Thanks, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Let me just say something real quick. On our lives, I learn a lot. I know I am talking to y'all and I'm in this room with a bunch of cameras, but the feedback, like I'm learning a lot talking to y'all. This is not just me teaching or me just saying my ideas. I am actually learning a lot as well. Believe it or not. It's a very reciprocal thing, believe it or not. So yeah, Tetra said, what works for me may not work for you. Tetra said, what God has for me is for me. Worry about yourself. This is true. Listen, y'all, and it's different times, right? You know, an uncle or aunt might be talking about something that was in the 80s or 90s. Times is different, right? It may have been not the time yet for whatever it is, right? If you see a vision for it and you see it happening and being able to make a way for yourself, that's all it takes. Is for you to see it. That's it. And you have to be disciplined enough and respect the goal enough that you want to execute toward the goal. Okay? Every business is hard. There's not one business that's just sweet. Mark my words. So make it something that you are willing to work hard for. Hard work is easy work. Don't get deterred when I say the word hard work. Hard work is easy work. Trust me. All you got to do is execute every day. It's not a big deal. We're not going to make it hard. My mom said, thanks for sharing, y'all. Tetra said, and not only that, but experience is the best teacher. Failure has been my best teacher. This is true. This is actually true. Sometimes you just got to do it and do it the way you see fit. Sometimes you just got to do it just to get it out your bloodstream. You know, people will, like you said, people will continuously scare you out of doing stuff, and you could have learned so much in that time. That's so true. That's so true. My mom said, thanks for sharing, y'all. Drea said, find someone who's successful in what you want to do and ask their advice. Do not ask Ray Ray when he never succeeded in anything. I hope y'all heard that comment. I hope y'all heard that comment. And the issue with the human population, y'all, is that the people who are not doing anything has so much to say. And the people who are doing a lot have nothing to say. Okay? That's the issue with the population. So we are bombarded with all these opinions that have nothing to do with anything. Because the people who are the value are not saying anything. They're just doing. And it's so true. If you want a successful marriage, I would talk to a person that's in a successful marriage. You're not talking to somebody who's been divorced a million times. That's not what we're doing. If you want any knowledge, if you see anything somebody else has done and you are impressed by what they have done and whatever it is, and you want to do something similar, ask them, how did you do it? That's who you want to take advice from. I totally agree with that. Like if you want to be a painter and you see somebody has ran a successful painting business for years, that's the person you need to be talking to about painting. Even if you take, listen, y'all, even if you take your own approach to it, your own style, your own way of getting customers, still get the information from the person who's done it. What would that hurt? Mr. Nell, I see you got me on Instagram. What's up? Tedra said you don't even have to share the whole plan. Ask advice for what you specifically need it for. You don't have to share your entire vision. Drea said he ain't going nowhere. Who you talking about? But yeah, y'all. That's super important. We need to utilize the people that we have access to who are doing the things that we are doing or is successful at the things that we want to be successful at. This is very important. All right, y'all. So I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to go over some points and we're going to close out. To answer the scale, I'm keep sticking to it. So I that's why I have my name. I sticks to it. My mom said, welcome, sis. Mr. Nell, welcome. I stick to it. So I'm up there. This is the highest scale that I've given myself. Execution is something I do. I'm gonna say 8.5, 9. I'm gonna say 8.5, 9. Oh, I just want to say one more thing before I wrap up. As you start achieving your goals, please incorporate quick execution, y'all. Quick. Start becoming a person who, when you get information that can really help you, quick execution has to be the name of the game. When you start to see the reward of quick execution, it will become so addictive. All right, y'all. Let me wrap up. Mr. Nell said, hey, sister friend. Let me wrap up. So the formula of execution is this. You want to set the goal. You want to know yourself so well. So yourself is a big project because you have to know yourself. Get all the information available to you for that goal. Get all the information available for that goal. And lastly, you want to execute based off of what you know about you, all the information you've gathered, and what the goal entails. Then you want to break this down into smaller goals of what you're going to do every day and then execute. That is the formula to execution, guys. That's our formula. We are not jumping in and just working and going and just doing things every day. We're not doing that. That puts you on a spinning wheel of getting nowhere. You're working harder than everybody else and you will have less than everybody else. I can assure you, if you do not set goals, you will have less than everybody else that is setting goals. Setting goals becomes your best friend. Without it, you have nothing. Stevie, what's up, Stevie? We're talking about execution in here. We are talking about execution in here. My mom said people that have accomplished the same goals as you, pick their brains. They have the blueprint. So yeah, if someone has exactly what it is that you want, that's where your information comes from. Let that be a source of your information. When you are doing the research, oh my God, we have so much research available to us today. I told y'all when I was coming up, we didn't have all this information. When I received an entire degree with very little internet. Okay, like I had to manually get information, guys. We can pick up a device and get all the information. We can call people that we know that have done what it is that we're trying to do and get information, guys. Utilize all of it before you begin working. You get all the information, know yourself, break it down into smaller goals, which you're going to do every day. My mom said, Blake. Tedra said, and then celebrate yourself for a job well done. I'm so glad you said that, Tedra. Good job. My mom is big on this. My mom is big on celebrating when you achieve your goals. I'm so glad you said that. That has to be the last part of the formula. I love it. I love it. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. If you want to look at any of the previous lives, go on Key Sticking to It, all one word, on YouTube, click on live and watch any topic that you want. We've covered everything from childhood to trauma to just everything. I love y'all so much. My mom said, utilize all technology. This is very true. We now have AI that is thinking, it's scouring all the sources. You don't even have to look up anything anymore. It just goes through the sources for you. It's just unbelievable. I love y'all so much. I love y'all, family. I will see y'all on the next live. I love y'all. Good night.